Hey, what's going on, you all? Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to be speaking about something that I myself had to learn, and so therefore I'm coming to tell you all how to deal with this. You are not entitled to someone else's life. And once again, I had to learn this because we're not taught this. So we think that when someone comes up to us and they ask us a question, or when we ask them a question, that they're supposed to give us the answer. And that's not the case. So before I get into this video, I want to show you all a really quick video and then I'll be back.
Have you ever noticed that if you're a private person, it pisses people off? I've experienced this a lot in my life where people would just ask me nosy prodding questions at work or stuff like that. And they would just get irritated that I was setting a boundary and not answering the question because they were 100% not entitled to know. And I think a lot of this comes from a couple of things. I think that it kind of started with the dawn of reality TV, where people were letting cameras into their homes and monetizing their personal lives. And we had social media, then we had influencers who were doing the same thing kind of. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it comes with consequences, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. But you definitely shouldn't feel entitled to have personal life updates from just anybody just because everybody's sharing things online all the time. I also think this comes from people who are super open and they expect reciprocity of disclosure, which is 100% not something that you are entitled to. So I just find it really fascinating when people get annoyed when you're a private person, and I find it even more of a reason to stay private.
So you all just saw in that really quick video the fact that a lot of times we feel obligated to give people answers. And some people will just come up to you out of nowhere if they see you sitting in first class or if they see you on vacation. And many times they feel like you shouldn't be in their same space. They feel the need to go over there and ask you a very indirect question, which will give them the answer that, why are you in their space? Such as, where do you work? How much money you make? I've had people come to my house to fix things, and they will ask me, so are you off today? So I will say yes. Because see, what they want me to do is give them information on where I work and things like that. So if I say yes, and I don't volunteer information, then they will follow it up with, well, where do you work if you don't mind me asking? See, whenever you say, if you don't mind me asking, you know you're about to ask a personal question. And sometimes people will even go as far as to ask you how much you make. And a lot of times these questions are these rapid fire questions where you don't even get a chance to think about your answer. They'll say, well, how long have you been married? How many kids you have? When did you go to high school? What year did you graduate? Because that's their way of asking how old you are. Because people know that sometimes people can be sensitive about their age. So rather than ask you outright how old you are, they will say what high school you went to. Because if you answer that question, they'll know that the next question is, what year did you graduate? Because now you gave them permission to ask. So when they first say, what high school did you go to? They're never going to stop at, what high school did you go to? Once you give them that answer, then it's, what year did you graduate? So people tend to feel obligated to certain aspects of your life. Now, do I think it's wrong to really ask people certain questions? In a lot of situations, no. If it's an even exchange of information, we're having a conversation about family, we're having a conversation about life, and I'm asking you questions, you're asking me questions, I get in that context. But when you don't really know someone and they just come up to you and just start asking these real, personal questions, just really diving deep, no one's obligated to those answers. And then there are times where people will come over to your house and they will actually, if your computer or your laptop is up, I've had this happen. If your computer or your laptop is up, they will go through your computer. They will go through your pictures. I had someone go through all the pictures on my laptop. I wasn't there, but they were visiting my home and they went through all the pictures on my laptop. Now, this was really before computers had passwords. Well, they've always had passwords, but this is where passwords weren't really necessary. Windows had it where, passwords weren't a necessity at this time. So my laptop and my computer was just open because I was the only one that used it. Well, one time I had a guest visiting and they went through every single picture on my computer. Now, did I feel a little violated? Yes, I did. But then the question becomes, well, did they know it was personal? And this is what you have to ask yourself. If you was to get someone's phone, open it up, even if you had their password, or even if it was unlocked, and you went through all the pictures on their phone, would they consider that a violation? Now, most people would. So if they would consider that a violation, then them going through your personal things are a violation. People will, if you have, a photo up and or if they, you're trying to show them something in your phone, if you've noticed, if you show them one photo, they'll tend to keep sliding and sliding. See, let me tell you the game with that in case y'all don't know. People keep sliding through your phone because they're, first of all, trying to gather intimate details on your life, especially if you're married. If you don't provide them with the intimate details on your life, they'll go searching for it. So whenever you give someone your phone and you show them one photo, and I'm about to let you all know, they're hoping that they will accidentally, quote unquote, run across an intimate photo. Because in the back of their mind, they want to run across it, but they want to make it seem as though they don't want to know. So they will keep scrolling through your photos. And let's just say they happen to run across an intimate photo. Then they'll be like, oh my God, I don't want to see all that. Yes, you did. Yes, you absolutely did. That's why you kept going until you saw it. You wanted to see it. You was hoping it was there. And that's why personally for me, I don't keep anything on my phone in my photos. I may have a couple of pictures, but normally when I take pictures, I take them off of my phone for that reason. Now, I don't take certain kinds of photos because those are private. But if I take general photos of something and I know I'm around people who like to just keep going, no, I only put certain photos on my phone and the rest I take off and save somewhere else. But people will feel they're obligated to personal details in your life. And see, this is a thinking error that we have as people, because when people don't tell us those things, we get mad at them. Or what we'll say in front of their face, well, that's okay, I'll just go ask someone else. Or that's okay, I'll just go ask your son. Well, that's okay, I'll just go ask your mom. I know she has that information. And then they'll turn around right in front of your face and go walk off to go ask that person. See, what they're letting you know is, I'm not going to respect your boundary. I know that you don't want to give me that information and I want that information. So I'm just going to go ask someone else whether you like it or not. And you have to be careful of those type of people, because what they're doing, they're telling you right there in that instant who they are. They're telling you they don't care. Because if they cared, they would leave it as that. So when we're around people, we have to know who's who. We have to know how to conduct ourselves around them. Because sometimes you give someone the smallest bit of information and they'll take it, and then they'll start weaving a story. So when people start feeling obligated to your life, and like I said, I had to learn, I'm not obligated to anyone's life. If they tell me something, it's because they voluntarily told me. But I'm not obligated to someone's personal affairs, and I'm not obligated to their life. And we can't get mad at people because they don't want to share those types of details. People don't want to tell you all the intimate details of their life. Now, like I said, if they want to share it with you, that's fine. But you're not obligated to that information, and you're not obligated to get mad at them because they don't want to give it to you. And that's our problem. That's our problem as people, because we like messy. We like drama. We like stories. People will tell you, oh, girl, go ahead and spill the tea. They want the tea to be spilled, because in times where the tea is being spilled, they get to decide whether your life is better than theirs or not. And if it's not, they take delight in it, some people. That's why people have no problem coming over to your house and going all through your stuff. When they know certain things are off limits, when they know your room is off limits, when they know certain, private papers and stuff are off limits, they'll go searching for it. Oh, I need to go put this away. Where do you want me to put this? And then you'll tell them where to put it. And instead of them just putting it there, they'll just look around because they want to gather information. And the sooner y'all learn that you're not obligated to the details of people's life, it will save you frustration, because you can ask someone a question, and if they don't feel comfortable telling you and they just choose not to answer, you won't be hurt. You won't be offended. But at the same time, realize that if they have a choice not to give you personal details about their life, you don't have to do the same thing. You don't have to share. If they're not going to share with you because whatever the reason, they may not trust you, that's absolutely, completely, and totally fine. you don't have to share with them either. It's a choice. So I just want to come and say that to you all. Stop trying to get the personal details on people's life and then turn around and get mad when they don't give it to you. So I'll see you all in my next video.